Good morning, YouTubers. This is your zip code Farik Mashaini in the 92805 here in Southern California. And today's virtual zip code journey takes us to the state of Virginia, the 10th state in the Union, one of the original 13 colonies along the eastern seaboard of our country in 1788. But this place we're going to today is the zip code is 23505, Norfolk, Virginia, and yes, that's how it's pronounced. It's one of a couple handfuls of zip codes in this area, and it has a lot of them because there are a fair amount of people here. Norfolk has, as according to the latest census, and it's lost a few people, but still the second largest city in Virginia after Virginia Beach. It has 238,005 people. The zip code area under consideration, the 23505, and it's 6 square miles, or 6.4 square miles, has 30,600 people in it. It's part of the older part of town. Norfolk sits at the south end of Chesapeake Bay in southeastern Virginia. Actually, at the mouth of Chesapeake Bay is really the way to describe it. It was first established, the history of it goes all the way back almost to the founding of the colony. 1622, a man by the name of Adam Thorogood came. He was from Norfolk, England, which is where the town gets its name. And he came in 1622 and got a landholding in 1636. That, and also there was some land ceded by the Powhatan Confederacy of Indians that lived there. And so he started the building of Norfolk, the city. It was 1682 was when it was really founded. 1705 was when it was incorporated, and 1736 was when there was a charter. I think it might be the other way around, but you get the idea. It was so it's been around a long time, over 340 years this year, really, if you go all the way back to 1682. So 340 years. So happy birthday, Norfolk. Um, it's grown and grown and grown, and it's also declined a tad as people would move out to the burbs and to other places around there. That whole area is known as Hampton Roads. It includes Norfolk and Chesapeake and Virginia Beach and Newport News. And a weird thing about Virginia, and I don't know if I've mentioned it before, maybe I haven't had a chance to until now, um, is that there's about several handfuls of independent cities scattered throughout the state. There are counties in Virginia, but there's a number of cities that are not part of them. They stand on their own. They have just their city government, and that's including the largest ones there, and also some smaller ones that are all over the place. The original business of this area was it being a port, but also they grew a lot of tobacco here, and in fact, the Powhatan Indians ceded the land to Adam Thorogood and his people around him for 10,000 pounds of tobacco way back in the day to start Norfolk. Norfolk has the world's largest naval installation right there, and also cargo is their second industry after military work. There's a fairly large complement of black people here, so it's and there's some Hispanics as well, so it's a fairly diverse for Virginia. Probably Northern Virginia is more diverse, but this area pretty much is too because of between the Navy and people coming and going all over the place. There is diversity. Um, I like it, but it's also can be a catchword for just meaning not white, which is not true. Diverse means different kinds of people, folks. Really. So anyway, enough of that. So the 23505, there are bits and pieces of 21 neighborhoods in this area. It's 6.4 square miles, so yeah, there's going to be quite a few different neighborhoods. And something about Norfolk, it's 96.4 square miles, but almost 40% of it's water. So I was a little perplexed when I looked up in the almanac that it's 53 square miles. They're only counting land, which there are probably some people that live on boats too. Wouldn't be surprised. There are a number of famous people that have come from Norfolk. A lot of them that I saw I didn't recognize, but there's a couple that I do. Steve Bannon, who worked for Trump. Wayne Newton. If anybody's really into Vegas and sequins, you know about him. And there's a man by the name of Joseph Jenkins Roberts. He was the first president of Liberia. Liberia was a country for freed slaves. back when slavery was still here. And there was a lot of takeoff from this area, Norfolk and Portsmouth, over to Liberia for this endeavor, a new nation of freedmen. This man was from Norfolk. There are, as far as the weather goes, it's pretty equable. I mean, given its east coast and sea breezes don't matter a whole lot because the prevailing direction of the wind is from west to east, not vice versa. Um, right now in May, the average temperature is 77.4 degrees. Average low is 59.1. For January, the average high is 50.7. The average low is 33.6. In July, the hottest month, the average temperature high is 89.4, low is 72.8. So not much difference there because of the water. Area gets about, on average, 49.18 inches of rain a year and about 6.2 inches of snow. So not that bad as far as winter goes. Anyway, that's Norfolk for you. And that's one of many zip codes, the 23505. There's the two neighborhoods I can think of right now that really stood out are the Algonquin Park and Glenwood Park areas. I hear a mixed bag about the whole area in general because people have this thing about Norfolk that it's not as good as some of the other cities around, but for neighborhoods. But apparently, 238,005 people are okay with it, enough to stay there. So anyway, if you like, hit subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.